Hello, and thank you for tuning in today. I've been guided to try something different. I've been guided to do an energy update by channeling some messages through from my soul. Happy Lionsgate Portal. I really don't know much about the Lionsgate Portal, but from my understanding, it's a portal that is opening, bringing in very, very high frequency energy, which is going to help activate your DNA, as well as bring a lot of that low frequency energy that is held in your physical body to the surface to be healed and released. And right now, you may be feeling like your mind is super overactive. Like we have a lot of these energies coming through with all these portal openings, new galactic year happening, opening of the divine feminine, all of these solar flares coming through. I mean, I'm not an astrologist, but I know there's a lot of different energies coming through, and it's a lot of very high frequency energy that is hitting the planet right now, which is causing this massive shift in consciousness. It's really accelerating the ascension process and bringing a lot of stuff to the surface. So people who are not very awakened right now and very conscious, they're kind of going a little bit crazy because of all of this energy coming up, and they're having no idea where it's coming from. Like all of these low frequency emotions like anger and frustration and sadness and irritability and all of these things, and they're going to begin to start trying to project it onto you because they literally don't know what to do. So whatever their dominant thing to do is, whether it be react and project it onto others or to suppress it and put it inside of their body, which is also going to wreak havoc on their own personal health. Just be aware of that. Be aware that this energy is not anything to do with you. So just really stepping into a space of fully embracing who you are, fully embracing your love and your light, and knowing that this energy that's being projected is not yours. And over the last while, there has also been a very, very huge amount of fear and anxiety coming about. And that is also going to come about when this high frequency energy comes hitting the planet, because it's bringing all of these fears and this low frequency energy out. And so be very, very aware that these things are going to come out, and it might not mean that, you're experiencing fear in this very moment. It's bringing up stuff from the past. It's bringing it up for you to clear it, finally. So really seeing this as a gift that the universe is giving you to really speed up your ascension process. And the thing with fear and anxiety and these low frequency emotions, as they come up through our bodies to be healed, what happens is we tend to have thoughts about them. Whatever we're seeing in our external reality right now, we're going to tie a thought with what we're sensing, whether it's through our sight, our sound, our smell, our taste, or touch. We're going to sense something from our external environment, and then we're going to attach it to whatever this fear or emotion that is coming up to be healed. And then what happens is when we attach that thought to whatever is being brought to the surface, we're actually recreating it. As soon as you attach a thought to it, now you've owned it again. You've brought the past into the future, the present, and you're recreating this pattern into the future. So it's really, really, really important for you to begin to discern what is truly in alignment with you. What is true love and light, and what is just energy that is being brought up from this higher frequency energy. So it's having these energies come through you, these emotions, and truly listening to them from your experiences of the past, and understanding that they are just coming up for you to learn something from them and for you to release them and send them on their way. And to truly discern that it's not what you are experiencing right here, right now. And we all have free will. So you can choose to allow these energies to bring you back into that cycle, in that loop of low frequency energy, and repeat the past over and over and over again. It is your choice. But I'm giving you this information today to have you really discern and really look at this energy that's coming up, that feels so familiar to you, that it's not your energy right here, right now. It just wants to be released. So the thing with releasing energy is, think of it as like a little child, like a child that's throwing a tantrum. It just wants to be acknowledged. It just wants to be loved. And then it'll go on its way and continue playing. It's when we decide that we're not even gonna like look at it or acknowledge it, it's gonna keep coming up because you're not learning what you need to learn from it. So from one aspect, one perspective, see the energy, feel the energy, give it love, accept it, and then release it and send it on its way. Try that out and see how it works for you. But from another perspective, I actually heard a teacher that I follow say this last night, that we spend so much time trying to let go of things. So these low frequency emotions that we've bought and sold as our own, and we keep recreating them in this current moment by attaching thoughts to them. And then we need to let them go and release them. He says, why not just don't let them in? Instead of letting go, don't let them in. So that's another perspective you can look at and see what resonates with you and your soul. So what I see with this is it's that piece of discernment. You can still observe it as it comes up, learn what you need to learn from it, and then don't let it into your body by attaching a thought to it and owning it again. Let it go. It's like you see this thought come up, or you feel this emotion comes up. A thought all of a sudden comes towards it. And then you say, that is not a thought of pure love and light. That is not who I am right here, right now. That is not in alignment with where I am going. So we're going to release it. We're going to return to sender. Don't let that thought in and attach to it. The true power is stepping into that observer role. Yes, we are human and we have emotions, and we need to feel these emotions to be able to release them. We need to allow them to flow through our bodies, but we don't have to attach thoughts to them. We can observe the thoughts that come in. And that's the thing, is like thoughts and emotions, they get so entangled. And when they get entangled, that's when it gets really challenging for us to unwind them and let them go. So if you can stop the entanglement before it happens and just accept and just let everything be, it's going to be so much easier to release in this process. So another message that I received is that the veil, so the energy that has us completely forget who we are and why we're here and what our purpose is and all of those things, is beginning to thin. Really seeing the truth of everything, that is beginning to thin. And with that, there's this veil, this forgetfulness that is in between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And as this veil is thinning, your subconscious thoughts are becoming conscious. So what I've been experiencing is that those thoughts in the mind are getting louder and louder and louder, and there's more are coming about. And that's because the veil is thinning. These subconscious thoughts are coming through the veil into your conscious mind so that you can heal them. You can shift them. You can rewire those neurological pathways, those beliefs that have been embedded in your physical body and your DNA your whole life. So I want you to understand that if you feel like you have a monkey mind and everything is just like super overactive right now, that is why. It is because there's so many extra thoughts coming about. When higher frequency energy comes through, it opens up portals for us to bring things through, to push things through to your conscious mind for you to see. So that means extra thoughts. So if you're sitting in low frequency energy, or surrounded in an environment that has a lot of low frequency energy, these thoughts are going to be very negative thoughts. They're going to be very pessimistic thoughts. So this is this is the message for you to really focus on accepting where you're at and trying to raise your vibration as much as possible so that these extra intrusive thoughts that are coming through are not going to be pessimistic, that you're going to be able to see the light. Now, there's always two sides of the coin, right? So all thoughts, they might seem negative, but they're also positive. When you flip the coin over, you're going to see that it's actually positivity. There's a gift. There's something to learn. Every single lesson that we're here to learn has a gift. It has something incredible for you to experience. So can you observe the thought to see it for its light and not get trapped into the pessimism of it? So again, it's about discernment, observation. And the other energy that is coming through right now is this energy of guidance, this energy of allowing our hearts to guide us, our souls to guide us. Getting out of your head, observing your thoughts, and observing them with your heart. Because when we observe them with our mind, we get caught in that loop. It causes chaos and conflict in your brain, and you get trapped there. And you keep thinking the same thoughts over and over and over again. And it's going to feel almost impossible to get out of that. And you may step into a space of being super confused when you get caught in that loop of the brain. Can cause headaches, migraines, lots of anxiety, extra fear. And you may even feel like your head is like overheating, just like so much heat coming from it that you just want to literally stick your head in an ice bucket. So letting your heart guide the way. Because the mind is that trying to force things to happen in your life. The heart is flow. When we can step into the heart space, we're going to be able to attract high frequency things into our life. We're going to be able to attract all of those things that are here for us, that are meant for us. All of those things you desire when you sit in your heart space. When we sit in our heads, it brings lots and lots of high frequency is this energy of trust and surrender and really moving into our heart space to have our hearts guide us. Trusting that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Knowing that everything that's coming into your life is here to help you. It is here to serve you. It is here to guide you. And we get caught in our heads, and it takes us out of our heart. And when we get caught into that loop of being in our heads, it's this energy of trying to force things into existence, force things out of our body. Instead of releasing, it's like trying to push these energies out because they don't feel good and we don't want them in our life. Not accepting that we are where we are because that's exactly where we are meant to be. That we're trying to take this control, we're trying to take this power over our life. And now, instead, trying to step into that heart space and know that the heart is going to guide you on your journey. The heart will always guide you in a very loving way. And our path is laid out for us already, if you believe that. And the things that are meant for you will come to you when you allow your heart to guide you. When we step into our headspace and we try to think through things and force things, we are actually stopping the flow of what is meant for us to come into our lives. We are putting up the block. Everything is here to come into your life. It's going to come in if you surrender and you just allow it and you sit in your heart space. Your only job is to try to surrender and sit into your heart space and remove those barriers that are blocking those things from coming into you, coming into your life. And here's the thing, even the things that feel like they're not in alignment with you, they're coming into your life to show you where you have resistance up, not allowing the things that are meant for you to flow into your life. So when you come up to those things that don't make you feel good, realize, okay, I've got some barrier up, I've got some resistance up. So this is reminding me to surrender more, to move it out of the way, to move around the boulder so that I can get back into the flow of life. So what is meant for me, what is my purpose here, will flow into my life now. Because everything that is meant for you is being attracted to you. But are you receiving it? If you're trying to force things, you're not receiving. That is not a receiving mode. So stepping into surrender and allowing your heart to guide your path and discerning those thoughts coming in. Are they thoughts that are in alignment with my heart space? No? Okay. I'm observing them and I'm going to return them to sender. And being diligent with this, sending all of them back. We have to step into being stronger and knowing that we are worthy of what is meant for us. And don't let anything get in the way. Stand in your power and say, no, those thoughts are not in alignment with me. That's who I was. I'm not allowing that to come back in. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. That's all that's coming through for today. And I hope this serves you well on your journey and it helps you step into a higher frequency so that you're able to receive all the high frequency things that are coming your way, that are already here, just waiting for you to be ready for them.